Hey children, welcome back again. So in this particular video, we are going to learn about what is neutralization. Again, term name, it is neutralization. So hope you already know about what is a neutral in state, which means pH value equals to set, it is neutral, no? So what is neutralization? Reactions also we have, we'll see what all this, okay? So here we have neutralization. If you observe this particular picture, you can observe, is there a test tube containing acid in left side and one more test tube containing base inside. Okay, when these both are poured in a conical flask, there is a new compound formation. Yes, so that is salt and water. Okay, simply when acid and a base reacts, it gives rise to salt and water. That is simply a neutralization reaction. Okay, clear? Shall I write for that for you? See, when an acid reacts with base, it gives rise to salt plus water is called as a which reaction? Neutralization reaction. That concept is called as neutralization. Simply, when an acid and a base both combinedly react to give a salt and water, that is called as a neutralization concept. Okay, now the definition for you: neutralization. Okay, neutralization, note it down. What is neutralization? ZA children, not SA, it is ZA. Okay, what is neutralization? Okay, so neutralization is a chemical reaction. First word is a chemical reaction, yes, because acid and base both are reacting to give different compounds, that is salt and water. Yes, it is definitely purely a chemical reaction. Very good. So neutralization is a chemical reaction. Okay, a chemical reaction in which hydronium ions means what are they? Yes, the H plus ions in aqueous condition, aqueous state. Okay, the hydronium ions of an, yeah, very good, of an acid, yes, and hydroxyl ions. What is hydroxyl ions, children? This is nothing but, what is that? OH minus ions. Very good. So where do you observe this particular OH minus ions? Of an base. Very good. Of a base combine together. Okay, so when this particular hydronium ions and hydroxyl ions combining of an acid and a base, they combine together to give you what? Salt and water, no? We'll write like this. See, they combine together to form unionized molecules. Ma'am, why did you write the word unionized? What is unionized? See, here we have acid H plus ions conditions, base OH minus ions, but here water is simply H2O, salt is some named salt, but there is no particular ions, right? That's the reason it giving rise to a unionized molecules called as neutralization. Clear children? Once again, what is neutralization? A chemical reaction in which hydronium ions of an acid and hydroxyl ions of a base combine together to form unionized molecules called as neutralization. So what are coming in unionized particular molecules, ma'am? Yes, what are those? Water molecule and as well as salt. Water and salt, these both doesn't have an ions plus minus. Do they have? Do they have? No, no. But we have H plus for acid and H minus for base. So, but we don't have anything regarding H2O and salt regarding ions. There is no particular plus or minus recognition. So, we will not write anything like that. So, these are called as unionized molecules. Did you get that? This is all about the neutralization definition. Okay. Now, reaction, you know, acid plus base gives rise to salt and water. Very good. Did you understand now clearly? When an acid and base reacts to give salt and what is called as a neutralization reaction. And with the particular proper definition, what we can write? Come on, tell me. Neutralization is a chemical reaction. Because why? Acid is different, see pink color. Base is different, see for example blue color. These both reacted to give some other different color, which means some other different compounds, right? Color is just an example, children, indication. But we have colorless liquids also where we can see there's different formations of salts and water definitely. Okay. So here we have different acid, different base, and here it is completely new compounds formed. Generally it is called as a chemical reaction. Okay. So when, see once again, a chemical reaction is something in the neutralization thing. Okay. A chemical reaction in which hydronium ions of an acid, H plus ions, hydronium ions of an acid reacting with hydroxyl ions of a base, OH minus, giving rise to unionized, what is that? Unionized molecules is called as a neutralization thing. Okay, fine. Did you understand this? Okay, good. Now, examples of neutralization reaction. We know the statement. What is the statement? Acid plus base gives rise to, I'll write here, wait. Acid plus base gives rise to salt and water. Salt and water. Once again, there is some missing thing. Okay, wait, I'll write here again. Okay, neatly I'll write it here down. Okay, acid, array, acid plus base okay. Examples for that. See, first of all, the reaction acid plus base gives rise to salt and water. Yes or no? Yes, definitely yes. So, salt and water are formed when acid and base reacts together. Okay. Now, examples of this. First example number 1 is we take acid as HCl, hydrochloric acid, when reacting with NaOH. What is NaOH means sodium hydroxide is a base. Yes. It gives rise to salt such as NaCl and water, H2O. This is an example for neutralization reaction. Shall I write the names, children, for you? HCl means hydrochloric acid. What is NaOH? It is sodium hydroxide, okay, which is a base. Okay. Now, what is salt formed here? It is sodium chloride and finally water. Okay. This is an example for neutralization reaction. So, one more example for neutralization reaction. Here we go. HNO3 plus KOH. It gives rise to KNO3 plus water. What is HNO3? Very good. HNO3 is which acid? nitric acid. Super. You all remembered acids, children? Very good. What is KOH? KOH is potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide. Okay. Now what about KNO3? Potassium nitrate. Very good. Potassium nitrate. And finally we get extra. What is that? Water. Okay. So these are the examples of neutralization reactions. First one is hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide giving rise to sodium chloride and water. Here nitric acid plus potassium hydroxide giving rise to potassium nitrate and water. These two are the examples of neutralization reaction. Example number 1 and example number 2. Example 1 and example 2 of neutralization reaction. When acid is reacted with base, it gives rise to salt and water respectively. Okay children, did you know? Okay. Did you understand now? Very good. So let me show one more picture for you. See, here is that. Okay. Acid plus base gives rise to H2O plus salt. This is nothing more confusing for you. See, H plus and OH minus ions is nothing but H2O, which is a water. Ma'am, you told me unionized molecule. So why here H plus and OH minus? Maybe you get doubt. See, H2O is a mixture of both H plus and OH minus. Acid, base. Okay. Hydronium ion and hydroxyl ion. So both they combine to give neutral. What is that? H2O. Okay. H2O representation. There isn't any special. We don't have here plus or minus. There is no representation like that. Okay. Just only H2O. That is a unionized molecules. This is also unionized. Salt is also unionized. Okay. So when acid reacting base gives rise to salt and water. Salt and water. Acid some different compound. See pink, something pink they represented, and base some orange in color, and water, yeah, colorless liquid. And here we have salt. Do you see the salt over here? We have water now as well, salt dissolved down. Okay, the white color thing. Okay, now one more picture for you. Yes, acid base neutralization reaction. See, we have the examples of hydrogen chloride, HCl, H and Cl minus, H plus and Cl minus, and here Na plus plus OH minus ion. So when these two reacted, they give rise to salt and water. Okay, Na plus Cl minus and H2O. Okay, this is all about the particular reaction. See the colors, good, no? Good to see. H, Cl minus, Na plus and OH minus, because representation here is C. They make sure Cl minus to be highlighted, because why? These Cl minus and here Na, they both plus and minus combined to give your salt, which is NaCl. Okay, and water, H2O. Okay, this is all about the example and some other pictures for clear identification of an neutralization reaction. Okay, this is the particular concept of neutralization reaction, children. Hope you clearly understood what is neutralization and examples of the particular reactions. Okay, yes, it is for you for today. Thank you.